If you're coming across this video, I really need you to listen up because you didn't come across this video by accident. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you step by step exactly what to do when trading gold from the moment you sit in your chair all the way till you get up. No more confusion. How to find your daily bias, how to enter, how to manage your position, how to take off risk, and most importantly, how to tell yourself a story while trading. So if you've been struggling with learning how to trade and catch setups on gold, make sure you listen up, grab a pen, grab a piece of paper while I break down this trade for you. With that being said, let's get right into this video. So the number one thing when you come into the markets and you're looking to trade is that you have to ask yourself three questions. Where are we? Where are we coming from? And where could we potentially be going? If you can answer those three questions, you've genuinely made a daily bias. You don't need to know anything else. First question, where are we? Let's do some analysis right here. It looks like on the 1 hour time frame, I'm on the 1 hour time frame on gold. On the 1 hour time frame, price has swept out this high. Where are we coming from? We are coming from a bullish trend. What do we know about highs and lows in the market? Price can do one of two things at highs and lows: retrace or reverse. Our job is to determine whether price wants to retrace or whether price wants to reverse. So price here has swept out this high. Do we think that price is going to reverse all the way, or price is going to retrace to then continue higher? Well, let's look at the structure. This looks like a higher time frame sweep here, and we're expanding to the upside. Once we know that, we know, okay, more than likely this high here should give a retracement, but it will not give a reversal. So you've answered two questions. Where are we and where are we coming from? Now, the third question, where could we go? This is where the whole narrative comes into play. This is where you can tell the entire story. This is when you have the big picture. Boom. What is this here? This looks like a low, which is liquidity inside where? Hourly FEG. Based off of this, we know price is sweeping out this high. We know price at a higher low can either reverse or retrace. We've determined that at this high, we want price to retrace, not reverse. So we don't want to catch a short for the retracement. We want to catch the continuation. What story can we tell ourselves on what price wants to do? I think price swept out this high, sweep to go long. Congratulations. You have created your bias for the day. That's it. Before you start looking for IFEGs, before you start looking for CISDs, before you start looking for session liquidity levels, all this stuff, you need to come in and do exactly what I just showed you step by step. And now if you're still watching this video, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'm about to go deeper into how you can actually now catch these setups and be able to hold your trades for even longer. So make sure y'all stay to the end. After we have determined exactly what we think the narrative for the day is, we've determined that we want price to do this. Let's drop down to the lower time frame and see what aligns with our bias. If we drop down to the 5-minute time frame, now we've dropped down into the 5-minute time frame. When you're on the 5-minute time frame, now you want to look at what the previous sessions did to see if we can find some type of analysis that will go in the direction of the narrative that we built on the 1 hour time frame. It looks like during Asia session, price expanded, then retraced a little bit at this high right here that it swept. Remember, at a higher low, we either retrace or reverse. It retraced, and now it's chopping up. I want to see some type of accumulation, manipulation down to this low that I wanted it to sweep, distribution. Okay, you see how we're adding stories and stories and stories on top of each other. Please stay with me. I hope I'm not losing you, and I hope you've subscribed and liked this video. Now, what I want you to do is, okay, Day, there's accumulation here. I am bullish, but what if price just wants to retrace here and go higher? Or what if price just wants to retrace here and go higher? Or what if price wants to come all the way down here before going higher? How do you know where price wants to go? This is where protected highs and protected lows come into place. On this same 5-minute time frame, I wouldn't want this low here to be taken. Why not? It goes against structure. We created a high, we created a low, we created a high, we came down and reswept this low and put in a higher high. Let's take this out like this. What does this look like to you? Look at this, guys. What does this look like to you right now? This looks like a liquidity sweep and a break of structure. This low here should be protected. Okay, are y'all staying with me? Remember, we're telling a story. We're not trying to catch a whole, we're trying to catch the move of the day. If you're trying to catch the move of the day, this is how you do it. I hope you're paying attention. So we're telling a story. Asia low needs to stay protected. So we don't want a sweep of Asia low. That means where we want price to long from is going to be somewhere around where this hourly FEG is, but it's going to be between this leg. How can we determine where? Ladies and gentlemen, use your fib tool. Drag your fib from the low down to the high, optimal trade entry is right where? Right underneath this hourly FVG. So literally, I'm not willing to long here. No. Even though that is a London low sweep, I am willing to long anywhere down here. Congratulations. We have created a bias. We have marked out our levels. We know exactly what we are looking for in the market. Are you keeping up with how we're doing it step by step from the hourly time frame down to the 5 minutes? And then ultimately, we're going to end up on the 1 minute, step by step. So let's go on ahead. Price has done this, came down, swept out this low that we wanted. What did it leave behind here? 5 minute FVG. Do we get an inversion of that 5 minute FVG? Not at all. We keep going lower. Does this now make you change your bias as to where you think price is gonna go? No, not at all. Why? You've created the narrative. So we're not getting fooled by this displacement. That is a lot of displacement, but you've created a narrative. You can go to the hourly time frame. Oh, it's because this is in replay mode. So on the hourly time frame, you would be able to see how many seconds is left on this candle's closure. And you'll be able to tell yourself, okay, as long as we don't really inverse this candle with this much displacement, you're willing to still look for the longs because you have a narrative that you're telling yourself. Now we're down to the 1 minute. We started on the 1 hour. Now we're down to the 1 minute. On the 1 minute time frame, what's going on? This looks a lot to me like accumulation, manipulation lower. Let's take out this low. Let's distribute. Take out the low. It's time to distribute. Don't trust this yet. Let's go over to the 3 minute time frame. 3 minute time frame right here has inversed the FEG. Let's go on the 5 minute time frame. 5 minute time frame right here has inversed the FEG. This is still our optimal trade entry that we talked about. Accumulation here, manipulation here. We don't want Asia low to get taken. Once Asia low gets taken, we're not looking for longs anymore. That's a break in market structure. We got our 5 minute inverse, as well as a 3 minute inverse, and as well as a 2 minute inverse. All of this are all inverses on all time frames. Ladies and gentlemen, boom, execute. And when you're holding this trade, you know not to go break even here. You know exactly where price is going, because one key rule that I always go by when trading AMD is when trading AMD, the least it could do is return back to the range high. That's the bare minimum. Like usually on an AMD, it's supposed to be accumulation, manipulation, then distribution to go higher. So the very least it could do is come back here. So if you're catching a distribution to the upside, you're catching this, brother, the bare minimum is this high. You don't need to go break even here. You don't need to partial here. The bare minimum is that high. It's an AMD if you're correct. It's an AMD. So if you're catching an AMD setup from here, you don't need to full TP. You can take partials. You don't need to full TP here or partial here. No, you can catch this all the way to Asia session high. To be frank with you, I got in when I took this setup, I got in on a 3 minute CISD, which was right here. I wanted more confirmation. So we did have this 3 minute FEG. We did also have close above this 3 minute FEG as well. I wanted extra confirmation and I waited for a 3 minute CISD. Let me tell you something about FEG, CISDs and all that fun stuff. Guys, it doesn't matter what you use as an entry. What matters is your story more than your entry. Your entry is simply just an entry. Bro, you could have gotten in on this candle's wick here. You could have said, oh, I'm waiting for this break of this wick. Whatever it is, that's just your entry model. It doesn't matter. CISD, IFVGs, retracements, fib, entry, none of that shit matters. It really doesn't. And I've matured in my trading to learn that it really doesn't matter. All you simply need is just a story. Why are you taking this trade? Not because I'm not taking this trade because it inversed a fair value gap. I'm taking this trade because it fits the entire narrative that I built out from the start when I first sat down at market open. I know there's going to be resistance here at this FEG. Why is there going to be resistance here at this FEG? Because there's a swing high right before the FEG. So it's a form of liquidity and it's London session low. So this can easily happen. I'm not going break even. Why? My story that I created has a stronger confluence than one 5 minute FEG, one random 5 minute FEG. If you think this one random 5 minute FEG can get rid of the entire AMD setup, the entire bullish narrative, the entire fib zone on the 1 hour, if you think this tiny 5 minute FEG can get rid of that, then you have no conviction in your bias. What's the point of your story? It's just for show at that point. So what do? You're in this trade, price has filled this FEG, it's come down. If you went break even, it's stopping you out, but you're holding. Why? Because you have a narrative that you want to see play out. Boom. Where should your first TPB. I didn't TP to all the way up here. And when you do TP up here, keep it light. There's a difference when you're TPing heavily and when you're TPing light. There's a lot about trading that people don't really teach you, and trading can only be as mechanical as you make it, but it's very, very discretionary. Why are you TPing light? If anything, you should really hold to full TP, but that's just irresponsible. As a trader, you should always take partials, but I'm TPing very light. Why? Because I know on an AMD, the bare minimum is the high. So why would I do myself a disservice by TPing all my contracts here? I'm in with 5 contracts, I'm TPing 3 here. No, TP 2. I'm gonna TP just 2 here. I'm gonna TP just 1 here. And then the last 2 will be all the way up here. TP 1, TP 2. My TP 3 here got edged. My community told me, yeah, just sell that, just sell that. Guys, the bare minimum on an AMD is the high. I'm expecting this to go higher than the high. It's an AMD, is it not? So I'm expecting this to trade above this high. So if I'm expecting it to trade above this high, why am I scared of getting edged here? What did it do? Straight and above the high. Just so y'all know I'm not bullshitting. Executions. Do y'all see how from start to finish, you were able to literally determine how to get in, why you're holding, why you're selling where you're selling, where it wants to go without guessing, without relying on IFEGs, without relying on CISDs. All you simply did was paint a picture. And if you don't know how to do that when you're trading, you will struggle in this market. But guys, look, my Discord is completely free. I trade for free every single day on YouTube Live. Make sure y'all join my Discord if you want to learn exactly how I do this. And obviously, if you want one-on-one mentorship so I can teach you how to genuinely think like this, how to genuinely shape the way you think when trading, so you stop being a pattern trader and you actually learn how to trade with the market, then click the link in my bio. I only have a few spots left, but I'll be definitely happy to help y'all out. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all boys in the next one. Peace.